Maya Carter was no stranger to danger, but this time, danger wore a badge. The night she was arrested, the flashing red and blue lights reflected in her car window like the eyes of a predator. Officer Daniels strutted up to her door with a smirk, his hand already resting on his holster. His voice dripped with authority and disdain. "Step out of the car, ma'am." She complied, calm and measured, but her instincts told her something was off. Daniels wasn't searching for truth. He was hunting for control. Minutes later, he pulled a small bag of white powder from his pocket, holding it up like a trophy. "Look what we found." Her eyes didn't flicker. "You planted that." But the cuffs still snapped around her wrists. By morning, the headlines screamed, "Black woman caught with drugs and gun." The community barely blinked. Another case, another defendant. But Maya Carter wasn't just another woman. She had a past hidden deep in classified files, a past the likes of Daniels could never imagine. In court, the prosecution painted her as a criminal. Keller, the district attorney, leaned heavily on Daniels' testimony. The evidence was neat, too neat. Drugs in her car, an unregistered firearm, a concerned citizen, ready to testify. But Maya sat at the defense table with unshakable calm, hands folded, eyes steady. Her lawyer, David Ross, noticed. Most clients begged, wept, or panicked. She did none of that. It unsettled him. "Do you even realize how bad this looks?" Ross asked during their first private meeting. Maya leaned forward, her voice quiet but sharp. "Looks can be deceiving. Don't fight the surface. Look for the cracks." Ross studied her. She wasn't just confident. She was calculating, and that calculation made him curious. Meanwhile, Daniels strutted through the courthouse as though victory was already his. He had pulled this stunt before, sloppy arrests, shaky evidence, but nobody had ever dared to challenge him. Judges trusted his badge, juries believed his word. But this time, something was different. In jail, Maya adjusted quickly. She had lived in worse conditions overseas. She had survived interrogations in basements where hope went to die. A gray cell was nothing. Other inmates noticed her calm, too. Shonda, a wiry woman with sharp eyes, whispered one night, "You don't belong here. What's your story?" Maya only answered, "I've fought bigger battles." Word spread fast inside those walls. Guards watched her closely, though not all of them with hostility. Some carried fear, others doubt. Daniel's influence reached into the jail, but Maya sensed it wasn't absolute. One night, she returned to her bunk to find a folded piece of paper beneath her mattress. One line in block letters, "He can be beaten." She burned the paper against the sink's rusted edge, but the words lingered. Someone on the inside wanted Daniels exposed. Meanwhile, Ross was chasing the cracks. A late-night call tipped him off. "Check evidence locker, case 48217. He did, and what he found was sloppy. Chain of custody gaps, overlapping signatures, mismatched times. Daniels had faked the paperwork. Ross presented it to Maya in the visitation room. She studied the documents, her eyes gleaming with focus. "Good," she said. "That's the first crack." Ross hesitated. "Someone's helping us. I don't know who, but they want Daniels gone." Maya leaned back. Allies in the system were rare, but when they appeared, they could topple empires. She warned Ross quietly, "Be careful. Daniels won't go down easy. If someone's helping, they're in danger too." Daniels, meanwhile, was feeling the heat. Whispers in the precinct. Old cases resurfacing in the news. Rookies no longer looked at him with respect, only with suspicion. He doubled down, pushing harder. He arranged for a witness to appear, claiming he saw Maya dealing drugs. But Ross shredded him in court. The man had been in police custody at the exact time he claimed to witness the crime. The jury gasped. Daniels clenched his fists. That night, Maya was intercepted by a guard. Not one of the usuals. Bigger, colder. He blocked her path. "You've been talking too much," he said flatly. "Keep your head down, or it won't just be your case that ends badly." Maya looked him dead in the eye. Fear works both ways. The guard hesitated. For the first time, someone in Daniel's chain of control showed cracks of his own. Ross kept digging. He discovered a photograph of Maya's impounded car. Glove compartment sealed, untouched. Yet Daniels had testified the gun was pulled from inside. When Ross presented it in court, Daniels faltered for the first time. "That must be a mistake," Daniels muttered. "Or a fabrication," Ross countered. The jury stirred. Keller objected, but the seed was planted. Daniels wasn't untouchable anymore. Still, desperation made him dangerous. He leaned on his contacts, threatening anyone wavering in loyalty. But fear was slipping. Guards refused to carry out his intimidation. Witnesses backed out. His empire of silence was eroding. At night, Daniels drank alone in his car, seething. "She thinks she can beat me. I'll burn everything down first." The trial neared its climax. The courtroom overflowed with reporters. Keller's closing argument was forceful but shaky. "Don't be fooled by theatrics. Officer Daniels is a decorated officer. Trust him." Then Ross stood. His words cut through the silence. "Trust him? The man who falsified evidence? The man whose witness lied under oath? The man who claims a gun appeared in a sealed glove compartment? If you convict Maya Carter, you are not delivering justice. You are rewarding corruption." The jury vanished for deliberation. Hours stretched like days. When they returned, the foreperson's voice was clear. On the charge of drug possession. Not guilty. Murmurs rippled. On the charge of illegal firearm possession. Not guilty. Ross sagged with relief. Maya gave only a small nod, her face calm as ever. Judge Harrison raised his gavel. "Given the disturbing inconsistencies presented in this case, I am ordering an immediate internal investigation into Officer Daniels' conduct." Daniels shot to his feet, red-faced. "This is outrageous." "Sit down, officer," the judge thundered. Reporters swarmed as Maya stepped outside, sunlight washing over her. Free, at last. Ross turned to her. "You did it." She corrected him. "We did. But it isn't over. Daniels won't go quietly." And she was right. Across the street, Daniel sat in his car, watching her with venom in his eyes. His career was collapsing, his reputation scorched, but his rage remained. Maya walked forward anyway. She had faced warlords, mercenaries, and dictators. One crooked cop with fading power was nothing. Daniels had tried to chain her with false evidence. Instead, he had unchained the truth. And Maya Carter, CIA operative, survivor, unbreakable, walked free into the world, stronger than ever.